You've seen many presidents come and go over the years, including your own former husband. Do you have your favorites?
Come along, we are free-spirited people. Did you know that we are all just equal? Did you know, did you know, did you know that love is much cheaper? Oh, much sing along, sing along, sing along.
Madam President, will you turn towards our new beloved President?
Stand up and shine. Lift up your head, you'll be just fine.
Hey, you took over the presidency. So
Yes.
tell me a bit about that. What does that involve? How long is it for?
So the SKÅL presidency of the club is annually, it's year by year. There's usually a 2-year term. So yes, I took over today. It started on the 1st of January. And it really involves just bringing a community together. It involves bringing a committee together. And it involves just being administratively thinking to say, how do we bring tourism nodes together outside of traditional tourism chains, outside of traditional membership organizations, DMOs, and that kind of space? How do we bring professional people together to say, we live in this beautiful space. We are this beautiful space. Our properties, our attractions, our work, our tours are this beautiful place. And how do we bring that together to promote Cape Town to this international organization, this international database of close to 14,000 people? So the duties going forward is really just to manage the committee, manage the membership, trying to grow it and to find fabulous venues like this to bring people together to celebrate Cape Town.
I wouldn't imagine there's a better place than Cape Town to have an organization like this.
Well, so interesting question once again. SKÅL is obviously a global organization. In South Africa, we've got a number of clubs. So we have a national organization, Skal International South Africa, and that looks after the local clubs in South Africa. Obviously, as you alluded, Cape Town is the biggest club, and we're looking to grow that dramatically over the next few years. But Cape Town is the biggest club of private, professional people coming together to promote tourism in the Western Cape specifically. We've got the Garden Route, we've got Cape Town, we've got the Cape Winelands, and we actually have the West Coast. So we've got a few nodes in the Western Cape that all work together to bring this international network of close to 14,000 people globally to bring an eye into Cape Town, an eye into the Western Cape. So certainly yes, from a GDP tourism spend, we all know what that does. It feeds hundreds of families in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, in South Africa. So yes, it's a fabulous organization that does so much more than come together here once a month. So yeah, a big reach in the Western Cape, a big reach in South Africa, into Africa, and also into the world.
And I will also support their endeavors. Without reservation, or in expectance of any personal gain.
We are the youth, stand up and shine. Brave-hearted.
It seems to me, from what I was observing, that you know every single member. Everybody's wanting to say hello and goodbye.
I don't personally know every person. If they don't have their membership badge on, I sometimes have to look to make quite sure what the name of the person is. Because a lot of people have come and gone, there are a lot of new members, and one needs to get to know the new members.
If you compare Johan to his predecessors, to the former presidents, what's your view on Johan? What do you have to say about him?
Oh no, he's got new ideas. We all need to expand things. We've got to update things. And well, he's got a challenge. And like every new president, every president has a challenge of their own. They've got their own ideas, and they all for the betterment and the improvement of the organisation or of the club.
What are your plans for SKÅL now for the next 2 years?
Well, so SKÅL International, I mentioned, started in the 1930s. It is a established space. It is a space that was traditionally known for older people. And I think the focus for the next year in specific is to bring young SKÅL members into play. Today's venue, this function today, as my first day, my first event as president, was all about a space where young people get together to learn about tourism, to learn about hospitality, to learn about travel. And we have this huge disconnect in tourism and travel, where we have people that start school, and I know that tourism and travel is also something in the curriculum in school, but when they leave that, they make a decision and they usually fall into the waiter space, the hospitality space, the back of house. And I think our mission and our vision is really to work with our professional organization, our professional members, our professional database of people to say, hey guys, there's an opportunity here to future-proof tourism, not just in South Africa, globally. We all know the numbers that fly globally, that visit globally, that spend globally, that drink globally. So I think the future for the next year, certainly, and if I get the chance to take us into another term, is really just to say, youth, come and join what we are doing. You have the opportunity. I'm not that old, certainly in between old and young, but I do believe that there's a chance for tourism to look different. It's a chance for tourism to feel different, and for young people to really take the opportunity to see what it's about. It's more than waiting, it's more than serving a glass of wine. Those are the fundamentals, but there's a real career opportunity, there's a real future, not just as a career, but as economies of scale, and just as people, to use tourism to grow ourselves, to grow nations, and to grow the world. Fabulous event today to use the gathering of tourism professionals, tourism members in Cape Town. As we've heard just in the last few hours, that Time Out voted Cape Town the best city in the world for 2025. What a fabulous accolade. You know, it makes me proud. I've got goosebumps to be president of this organization, but also to be a Cape Townian. I live here, I work here, I drive here, I visit restaurants, establishments here, and you know, what a fabulous accolade. It's just fabulous to hear that the work that we do, the efforts that we put in, is recognized by global brands like Time Out. You know, recently we had the Telegraph in the UK and other very big media organizations that have eyeballs to say this is a fabulous space. And you know what, we cannot not agree. Doesn't make sense. This is where it's happening.
It's a massive growth industry. There's still so many people that haven't been. How do we get more people interested and aware of Cape Town and to actually come and visit, in your view?
That's a very deep question. So there's a lot of things that are happening to promote Cape Town. I think we obviously have the government organizations like South African Tourism. It boils down to the regional organizations. We've got West Road, Cape Town Tourism. We all work together. There's a strategy to say, Cape Town. What is fascinating in the South African space is that we're not saying South Africa, and I think that is a very big thing that we've got to focus on into the future. There's a big movement to say Cape Town, Cape Town, Cape Town, and Cape Town is a fabulous place, an incredible place. And Cape Town is a place where people are coming. Cape Town is the leisure capital of Africa. It's where people are coming. You all notice that flights into Joburg are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 rand less than flights into Cape Town. This is where the money sits, and I think we've really got to work to distribute it into South Africa. We are on a trajectory. We are on this space. People are noticing Cape Town. People are speaking about Cape Town. People are feeling Cape Town. And I believe the successes of what Cape Town is experiencing today, over the last 3, 4, 5 months, and what we are certainly seeing into the next 6 months into a year, is word of mouth. People are coming here They are feeling it. They are experiencing it. Flights are full. People are flying in and out of Cape Town. Those numbers, I believe, are insignificant about what we will see in the next 3 years in Cape Town. People are coming here, they are standing where I am standing, and they are feeling Cape Town. And that is what is driving Cape Town. We can throw money, we can throw everything we want at it. It's people coming here, feeling it, going back home and telling people what they have felt here.
Your favorite part of Cape Town? You're not allowed to say, Akila.
No, my favorite part of Cape Town, I don't have a favorite part. I think Cape Town as a whole, and I speak about a wider region, I move quite often outside of the city. Cape Town for me is a space quite further than the metropolitan area, further than where the DA governs, further where the mayor is. Cape Town for me is a space, it's a node, it's an anchor tenant to Cape Town, it's an anchor tenant to Africa. And so Cape Town for me doesn't have a favorite space. Cape Town for me has feelings. And I think that's where we are guided by when we move around the city. There's feelings. We might have a sad day, we choose a space. We might have a very exciting day, we choose another space. I think a space for me, which when you really look at it geographically and by metropolitan areas, is the winelands. It's a space where we can go in a short drive from the city. We can experience the world's best wines. We can have hundreds of different wines, and we can just experience a day out, being out in nature, beautiful establishments, beautiful outdoors, enjoying wine. I'm not saying the coast is not beautiful. I'm saying that for me personally, take me to a wine farm.
If you had a magic wand and you could change one thing about Cape Town, what would it be?
Access from the airport. I think if we've got a magic wand, we can rethink the city, rethink the planning, access from the city. When you go into cities and into spaces where we compete against, into cities that were number 2, 3, 4, 5 on the timeout list, they really have incredible connection from airports into the main nodes of the cities. I would say if we have ever a rebuild, ever a rethink, connection from the airport into the city and onwards, making sure people can move about easily. In Cape Town specifically, good and bad, we have tour operators, tour guides, and that kind of space that really feeds the tourism industry, and it's a real lifeline for those people and that sector in the tourism space. But I do believe if we had an opportunity just to connect spaces and places, wow, we would have been a number 1 destination forever.
So you basically want to knock Cape Town to the ground and build it over again?
No! I'm saying Cape Town is fabulous. You said, if I have a magic wand. It's fabulous as it is. It's great. It's my home. It's where I live. It's what I do. I love this place.
Congratulations on your tenure and all the best. I'm sure you're going to make awesome changes.
Thank you. It's not about making changes. I think it's about what we know that works in Cape Town. And I think I've said it before, it's about bringing that together in a space that's personal, private, professional, that's not driven by any agenda, by any political influence, by any national policy. It's about professionals coming together and saying, this is where I live, you need to come and visit here, and using the international database of 14,000 plus people to say, this is the place.
We are the youth, stand up and shine. Yeah, we are the youth. Yeah, we are the youth. Lift up your head, you'll be just fine. Lift up your head, you'll be just fine. Lift up your head, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be fine. 'Cause we are the youth, stand up and shine. Stand up and shine, you'll be alright. 'Cause we are the youth, stand up and shine. Yeah, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll be fine. We are the youth, stand up and shine.
How young will you be at your next birthday, ma'am, if you don't mind me asking?
Our next birthday will be in September, and I'll be 92.
92. Now, when you say online, I think a lot of people will be slightly surprised that somebody of your, let's say, advanced years are so well versed with online. Is it important to keep up with the modern times?
Well, of course it is. I mean, that's the way the things go. I don't appreciate membership doing their own online membership applications because I find that not all the information is there that is required. So I very much prefer to hand somebody a membership application form for them to complete and return to me, and then we take it from there.
I mean, are you going to stay for as long as they want you, pretty much?
Oh yes. Those are definitely. That also nobody can tell. I might decide one day that I've now had enough and it's time to make room for somebody else. But I mustn't be selfish and too good looking to, do anything for myself. But one can't predict the future.
And I'm told that you pretty much hold the place together.
No, not exactly. No, it's a team spirit.